These footballers look great in their period of enjoying luxury, and that has always been the talk on people's lips. Looking at the extravagant expenditure ranging multi-million homes and their decor, speed cars that are worth millions of bucks, yachts, private jets, buildings and expensive locations, to mention but a few. However, these people have had terrible times ranging from how difficult it was to begin as professional footballers, the difficulty in training, building muscles, playing in unfavorable weather conditions such as rain. For example, look at how Lionel Messi is shivering from cold. His shirt had to be changed to at least reduce the level of cold created by the heavy rain on the pitch, yet, he is not giving up from the field. In some cases, players have to run off the field due to heavy rain and sometimes, ice cubes falling from the sky. Look at this case, players are running off the field due to heavy wind. In some cases, the field gets flooded. It could be snowing heavily, which means temperatures could be running as low as negatives. These people have not looked at the difficulties they have faced and kept their wealth to themselves. They have made available millions of bucks to help others in need. This video has not exhausted the list of players who are doing so well in helping others. If there is any footballer you will want us to make a video of, or if there is any video you will like us to make, kindly note it down in the comment section. Before we look at the love these players are showing, show us some love by pausing the video to hit the subscribe button if you are watching us from YouTube and click the notification icon so that you can be notified when we post new videos. If you are watching us from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok or any other platform, please follow us. Now we zoom in on our purpose for the day. Kindly take note that the arrangement in this video is not done according to order of importance. Sadio Mane is his name. Having had an extremely terrible beginning, Mane is a Senegalese and a professional footballer who has done a lot of good things to show his love for his country and people. Sadio Mane is currently playing in Bayern Munich. He was born on April 10, 1992 in Bambali, Senegal and a player in the Senegal national team. The attention of the world has been drawn to Sadio not only because he is regarded as one of the best players in the world but because of his benevolent attitude towards God and country. Bambali is a town in Senegal which was made of a lot of collapsing buildings, with children walking and running about without footwear. There was a house-to-people ratio of about 1:10, meaning about 10 people could live in one house due to the situation of large family sizes with little or no money. Talking about money will definitely let you know that Bambali had people who faced the challenge of being fed. People were seriously experiencing a true definition of poverty. Mane used to play soccer with children around at his free time, which he rarely had because he was a breadwinner and had to work on farms to be able to help feed his family. Their balls were actually made out of rags. Even though Mane had passion for football, the situation surrounding him did not allow the people around him to believe in him and his vision. He had a strong vision of become one of the greatest footballers who has ever walked this earth. Thank God, in 2002, the Senegalese national team was able to reach quarter-finals with, even though Mane was not at play. This at least changed the mentality of the people around him to believe in him and what he could do. Seeing the national team was able to get somewhere meant everyone who is a player in the country could have a future. Fast forward, upon the huge money Mane was taking, he did not spend on expensive cars, houses, yachts and designer cloths. In fact, before a game, the cameras record him using iPhone with broken screen, which invited a lot of ridicule from a lot of people all over the world. One would wonder what he did with all that money he began getting from football. He was using it to help people. He believes in helping make the world better and, for that matter, spends his money one way or the other helping others. He started building football fields and buildings to help his people of Bambali to be able to access school facility. He spent on children's football. Will you believe that it was later realized that Mane provided $100 to each family in his town every month? He does not end there. He helps to provide medical care by making available medicinal drugs and basic necessity needs such as shoes and clothing. You may ask what he did during the outbreak of COVID-19. His people confirm by his country that he donated a lot of funds that helped in building hospitals and providing good health care to those who contracted the virus. He spends on buildings for his people to live in and foot the bills of children who needed surgery. When asked, Sadio only makes statements to mean he understands it is to be in need and much more, someone coming to help. Main always recalls how he played football hungry and barefoot. He recalls the difficulty he had when football had not yet put him at a position to earn big. And all he thinks about is how his people will be blessed by what he has. Main is a player with the heart of gold and must be held in high esteem. Anytime you see him at play, pray for the success of his career, because a lot of people's lives depends on it. Have you ever heard of a footballer who ended war? Well, it is good to send in donations to war-prone communities, but it gets better if you are able to stop those wars from occurring in the first place, and that is what Didier Drogba did. Drogba is from Ivory Coast, has contributed to so much in play to Chelsea. There was a civil war in 2005. As you know, wars bring more terrible experiences than good. So if it is in your power, always choose peace over war, because Drogba chose peace over war. This is how it all happened. The national team qualified for the next year's World Cup, and Drogba used that as a chance to display the value of peace over war. He pleaded with the stakeholders of the war. This really convinced them, and both sides agreed to choose peace over war. Drogba had stopped a war. He also built a $3 million hospital in his hometown after signing a deal with Pepsi. The next player is Kylian Mbappé, who is a French footballer professionally. He was captain of the France national team in 2022 FIFA World Cup. Kylian was born to Faiza Lamari and Wilfried Mbappé, and this happened on December 20, 1998. Kylian is a Cameroonian by birth, though he has France nationality. His profession as a footballer started with AS Bondy from 2004 to 2013. He did a lot of wonders here and was later signed by Monaco in 2013. He was 16 years at this time and had the record of being the youngest player. Since he was good from that young age, a lot of big clubs started noticing him. This is where PSG came in around 2018, and the transfer was a whopping $200K. He currently plays with Paris Saint-Germain FC. Let's look at his works of charity. His charity works are highly remarkable. One will wonder whether he gives attention to the needs of others in his state of extravagant luxury, and trust me, his joy and luxury in his success and material possession does not make him forget others who are in need. For the records, he donated more than half of his earnings at just 19 years from proceeds of winning World Cup in 2018. We are talking about $22.30K winning bonuses, with everything amounting to not less than $500,000. Premier's Decordi benefited hugely from this proceed in donation. Premier organizes sports activities for children with all forms of disability. We can say from all that we have seen that, despite about their needs. Kylian is a good example for all of us to know that our luxury should not let us forget that others need us, and we being there will mean a lot to them. He has a foundation called Inspired by KM. Leo Messi is the next legendary charitable footballer we are going to talk about. Keep in mind that as a child, he had a serious problem with growth because he had growth hormone deficiency as a child. This has made him to have a lot of focus on children. He is currently playing with PSG. He was born on June 24, 1987 at Rosario, Santa Fe, Argentina. He captains the Argentina national team. His full name is Lionel Andres Messi. Let us look at his works of charity. During COVID-19, several hospitals benefited of €1 million from Messi. He contributes through UNICEF to help improve education in Bangladesh, Indonesia, and India. Michael Essien is a Ghanaian retired professional footballer who was born on December 3, 1982. His full name is Michael Kojo Essien. Kojo simply means Monday, born in the Ghanaian parlance. Let us look at his help in charity. He has his own foundation, which bears his name. By his numerous donations, his local area has access to good drinking water, which is a serious problem in a lot of Ghanaian communities, especially places where mining activities take place. He ensured more amenities such as electricity, libraries, healthcare, and public toilets are also made available to his people. The former Chelsea player has displayed to us that you could always make a difference if you want to, and that all of us should try as much as possible to do something to help others in need. Cristiano Ronaldo is a Portuguese professional footballer who is currently with Al Nassr and captains the Portugal national football team. He was born February 5, 1985 at Funchal, Madeira in Portugal. He is an ambassador to UNICEF. He is an extremely generous person, and history has it that he sold his golden boot, which he won in 2011, for €1.5 million to fund building a school in Gaza to help Palestinian children. During the pandemic, he donated massively to hospitals, and this was highly remarkable. The truth is, the list about the charity of Cristiano Ronaldo is not limited to these that have been mentioned. By this video, we just want you to know that footballers are not just living a life of selfish and luxury expenditure. They are going through a lot of them have gone through a lot to get to where they are. They therefore deserve every bit of luxury they provide themselves. Nevertheless, they have not forgotten humanity. They have not forgotten to extend a hand of help to others just because of their luxury. Most of them also do theirs covertly, and others are overt, because they cannot just be hidden forever. Looking at the course all these players are supporting, it is worth taking note of the fact that there are still good people moving around. Some are just hidden because of our prejudice on things like physical looks, such as not being handsome, color of skin, height, and others. A lot of these players did not get what they are offering to people when they needed it, but here they are with broad smiles and golden hearts doing it for others. You should know by this that a lot of people depend on these footballers for their survival. The success of these footballers on the field is therefore an assurance of survival for a lot of people. For this reason, whenever you see these people, your prayer should be that they will be more successful in their career, whether they are in your opponent team or not. It takes a great heart to remember others in need. This becomes even monumental when a lot of these people do not even have a connection to your success.